Howdy, howdy, folks. Welcome back to the channel. I am Gary Francisco. This is Cisco Kid Records, and it's good to see you today. It's a beautiful day down here in the Port City, but it is cold. 88 degrees yesterday and probably 38 this morning. And do you know why? It's because people don't respect the groundhog. They don't respect this little rodent. And so we've had 6, 8, 26 more weeks of winter is coming. And that's what you get for not respecting the rodent, man. I'm telling you, he's a cute little furry guy. And he deserves all your respect. But I digress. So what I was going to talk to you about today is a cleaning situation I found with this record. Picked it up the other day, and it looks really good. The albums themselves look pretty good. They're pretty clean. But man, this cover is nasty. And people have asked me, "Oh, how do you clean the covers?" And I'm like, you spray the hell out of them and rub them. So what I did is I cleaned the front of it. It looks really, really nice. Front looks really nice, but look at the back. So you can see that grimy gunk there. I have no idea what that is. I'm not sure I want to know what that is. And there's also some stuff on the inside as well. I don't know if that will come off. But I'll show you what I do. I have my little secret solution here that I've told you about before. Basically, it's vinegar and distilled water. It's white vinegar, distilled water, and you just mix it in here. I can't even remember, what portions I used on what, but you can spray on this. This is one of those slick covers, so you can actually spray it directly on the cover. But I have this nice little cleaning rag. This, by the way, is what that came off of the front side. That was crazy. That came off the front side. This is kind of I know it looks stained, but I've washed this rag a zillion times. And so it's clean today. So you kind of give it some good spray in there. And then you just start wiping. Put a little elbow grease on that. And hopefully after a little bit it'll come off. It's not doing it very well, actually. Although it is lightening up a little bit in some places. But what do you use to clean your records? Do you clean the covers? Do you put a lot of time into that? I try to do that because I know that when I turn around and sell this record, that the person that gets it, they want it to be as clean as possible. And granted, it's a used record. This record, I think, I want to say it's a 19. It was recorded in 60, and I looked it up earlier, and I can't remember the exact pressing of it, but it's an early 60s record, and so it's been around the planet a while. 65 years, 66 years almost, probably, and so it's likely to have a little bit of gunk and skunk and funk on it, but this is coming off a little bit, and so I'm glad to see that coming off some, and I might work on it some more, and it can get it off a little bit more. Let me try the inside here. There's some really big stains in here. You just kind of rub gently at first, and then it starts coming off. That's coming off really well there on the top. Have you been buying a lot of records this year? It's March. I've been spending a lot of time digging, shopping. Bought a few, found a few. I'm getting ready to show you a few that I found in Virginia. I was up visiting family and checking in on my little sister. She turned 60 years old a couple of weeks ago, and I went up there and surprised her, and we had a great time. And my nephew was on spring break from junior college, and he had a couple of places in mind that he wanted to go digging, and so we went digging. I found a few things. I'll show them to you in a second. So that's kind of what it looked like afterwards. You know, if you remember, it was kind of really brown there, so a lot of that came off. A lot of it came off on the inside. You know, some of it's still kind of, it's just kind of in there. It's going to be part of the record. But anyway, that's how I clean mine. Distilled water, white vinegar, and it leaves a really nice smell. I like that vinegar smell, but then that goes away and you just have your record. So let me show you some things that I picked up in Virginia. It was a lot of fun, and my nephew and I, we went several places, and then my sister and I went back the next day and dug around a little bit. So picked up Big Al Downey, his first record. Was excited to get that. Picked up a single, Jelly Beans. Watupski, Jelly Beans, Watupski, and the Shrink. You know, somebody, you remember those old machines? What were they called? Stenograph? Were they called Stenographs or something? You put them. You had that tape, and you put it in the machine, and you dialed it in and dialed it, you know, and created your name or your initials or whatever. So I may or may not have done that a couple of times on my records, but this was a good one. I'm looking forward here, and I haven't played it yet. This is level 42. This is some funk. This is a German funk record, and so I'm looking forward to that. Liz Story, Speechless, is a solo piano. I love her work. Found that one up there. This is a good one. Shenandoah, his first record, In the Shrink with the hype sticker. That was a nice find. And this one I've never had before. It's a great one of Dolly. Just the Way I Am. Yeah. Has My Blue Ridge Mountain Boy on there, which I love that song. And then I found a bunch of these. This right here was just a gem for me to find. The Littlest Angel with Whitaker. Yeah, Johnny Whitaker. And you might recognize him from The Family Affair. You know, and Mrs. Beasley and his little sister, and Brian Keith, I think, was the actor there. And look, this folds out. Look at this. Isn't that something? And look, it's at the littlest. Oh, let me show you this side. The Littlest Angel. Look at that. Isn't that something? And it's in beautiful condition. And look at that fella right there. That's Fred Gwynn. You know, Herman the Monster. Fred Gwynn. Herman the Monster. Herman Monster. This is a nice copy of the Rowans album that's sealed. I hope it's not warped. I'm debating on whether to open it before I sell it. This is one I couldn't pass up. All I Want for Christmas. This was way before Mariah. Jackie Gleason double record. Beautiful cover as well. This was pretty cool. How the Rhinoceros got his skin and how the camel got his hump. And this is read by Jack Nicholson and with music by Bobby McFerrin. And so I have one of these on Windham Hill. I have the Velveteen Rabbit, read by Meryl Streep with music by George Winston, and I loved it. And so I saw this and I thought, why not? We'll pick that up. And then I had to get this one for the kids. You know, it's just for the children. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Speaking of cute, look at this little guy. Who remembers having a big wheel? We had them all over the neighborhood when I was a kid, and we would ride them up the road. And a BB gun, that's probably a Red Ryder BB gun. You shoot your damn eye out. And it's a wonder we didn't. My buddy Jim Trail about shot his eye out once. We shot at an old car in a field, and he hit one of the tires or something. He came back and hit him right under the glasses. He wore glasses. Man. I'm like, dude, you'll shoot your eye out. And that was before they made the movie. This is Real Life, Heartland. And I picked up this. I wouldn't have bought this record had it not had Send Me an Angel. It has the song Send Me an Angel on it, and I have some friends who cover that in their synthwave band, the band called Dead Cool. Look them up. I'll post the link to their videos and stuff on this YouTube video. I picked this one up because it was just so damn clean. Horowitz in Moscow. It's beautiful, beautiful record. And so I picked that up. I think it was like $2. And then here's the gems of the find, man. I couldn't believe I found these records. I didn't even know what they were, but there was no way in hell I was going to pass them up. Look at this. Look at that. So I'm going to be for next Halloween. I already know. I got to get the coif. It's like the Conway Twitty, you know, hairstyle. But look at that. I'd never even heard of this dude. In fact, I've still never heard of him. I haven't listened to this yet. And in fact, I haven't even cleaned them. But I'm looking forward to it. Orion. Look at that blue. That'll just knock your eyeballs out. Oh, and even better. Let me show you this. Both albums are on gold transparent vinyl from Sun Records. Isn't that something? Never know what you'll find digging. Found some gold. Literally. Found some gold up there in the hills of old Virginia. Yes. Great stuff. Great covers. This would definitely go on my favorite covers posts that I do. And I'll do another one of those coming up really soon. But that's about all I have for you today. I want to make mention, if you're in the Wilmington area, Brunswick County, Myrtle Beach, anywhere nearby Wilmington and Leland, Leland Brewing Company is having their very first vinyl record day, and myself and a couple of good friends of mine, Ernie and Jimmy, we're going to be set up over there next Sunday, Palm Sunday, from 2 to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. There will be a food truck. They have great beer. It's just a really nice little place, great little brewery, plenty of room to sit around. It's going to be chilly, I think, but it's going to be pretty. So it's going to be a nice day. We'll be inside. This is just going to be 3 of us. We're going to have a lot of records, CDs, cassettes, all kinds of music memorabilia. So if you're in this area, if you just want to come down for the afternoon, for the day, and visit maybe the beach or one of the islands, drop by Leland Brewing Company, and you know, there's the address. It's from 2 to 6 p.m. and it's their very first vinyl day. They're really excited about it. We're excited about it. We've been advertising all over social media, and it's going to be a good time. We hope to see you there. Until next time, listen to some great records. They're all great records. And I might show you something I found or I picked up a few weeks ago in my next video. It's a whale, I'm telling you. And I don't use that term lightly. But I'll save that for next time. I'm Gary Francisco and the Cisco Kid, and we'll catch you down the road. You guys have a good one.